Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out The Legend of Dark Witch. I'm sorry this took so long for me to get to, but for some reason they just didn't send me the code that they said they would. So, oh well, I'm getting around to it now anyway. So, there's not that much to see out here. There's a manual that tells you a bunch of things. You probably want to read through this just before you go through the game, just because it tells you a bunch of the things, but considering I'm about to show you how the game works anyway, it's not like it matters too much. You'll see playing level down here and you'll be like, hang on, would that be difficulty? It's not. It's your list of trophies. Don't ask me why the list of trophies is under a menu option called playing level. Some of the English in this game, especially in the manual, is a tiny bit weird. Like, this thing here, it says use a Sayago collector to enforce player character abilities, but it's actually your Trez that you have to collect. It's weird. Like, I don't even know if that's English. That just sounds like a mistake, but yeah, it's just a little odd. You can customize your controls to whatever you want, but there's not that much in the way of controls you need to worry about. Strangely, they let you change your jump height. I'm not entirely sure why they would do this, but oh well. They even let you apply all your settings to one save game or another. It's a bit odd. There's camera settings, we'll get onto them, and there's of course all your sound settings, and it sounds okay on the default mix, so we'll just leave it on that. We'll load up my game. As you can see, I'm just over an hour in. The time is actually a little bit wrong. I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with that, but I've been playing for an hour and a half, so I'm guessing that there's a couple of things that are missed. But anyway, here we are. To make this, let me try that again. To be as simple as possible about explaining this game, it's basically Mega Man with a Gradius style upgrade system. We'll get onto how that is shortly, but anyway. We need to pick one of these 6 stages, and it really doesn't matter which one we pick, because it works in the same way that Mega Man does, where every time you defeat one of these people, you will get their special weapon, and their special weapon can be used to hurt everyone else. You can also lower the difficulty level. There is apparently a lunatic difficulty level, but frankly I think normal is hard enough, and not exactly for the right reasons, but I'm just going to pick the fairy, and we're just going to head on into it. I'm probably not going to win. I'm hoping that I'll be able to replay those other levels. I haven't actually tried, but I have beat those other 2 levels down there, so I should be able to, if I am able to replay them, I'll be able to play them and actually show you what winning looks like, but away we go. So, as I said before, this basically is Mega Man. You can jump, and you can fire a shot. That's pretty much all you can do in the way of actions, other than moving, obviously. The big twist is that bar down the bottom there. As you kill enemies, you will fill this bar up, and using these different upgrades will give you, obviously, what it says on the tin, those particular upgrades. So I just upgraded my speed, I also upgraded my comet shot. Strangely enough, this game has 2 different kinds of shots, the line shot and the comet shot. The comet shot is harder to upgrade, but what it does is, it fires in a curve here, while the line shot fires in a straight line, and if you select one, and you're using the other, it'll swap out for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why it works that way in particular, but it does, so there you go. I'm going to use the comet shot for a bit, but I'll swap for the line shot if I do another stage. So, the levels are very basic, end-to-end sort of levels. You just head on through them. Do not jump off that. That's a death trap. You cannot get back up here if you do that. As far as I'm aware, anyway. I tried and I wasn't able to, so bit shit, really. If you get hit, you will obviously lose a life point. Losing the life points are bad, because not only does it lose a life point, but you'll actually lose part of your upgrade line down the bottom there, so I will end up losing like half of that if I take a hit, which is something I don't want to do, but I just did anyway, because I just had to tempt fate, didn't I? I'll get wing just while I'm here. So, wing works, it's basically a jump slower. You hold X when you're in the air and it slows down your falling. See? There is a couple of other things that you can do, but they're really, really fucking annoying. Like, guarding, for example. Apparently, if you hit the directional button in a direction just before a shot hits you, you will not take the damage from that shot. However, the timing is so incredibly specific that I have not been able to figure out how exactly you're meant to pull it off. It's kind of frustrating, actually. the game doesn't really help you out with it. It just gives you like this tiny little tip in the manual that's like, oh, you want to stop their shots from coming in, just block. Press in the direction when you're about to get hit. The timing is really, really bad on it, so it's just a massive pain in the ass. Shit. Don't ask me what the deal is with that. Ow! Fucking hell. There are also hidden crystals in every level that can be used to upgrade, that can be used to, give you more upgrades on your upgrades down there. So, for example, I've only found one of them. It was basically hanging in the middle of the air, completely invisible, and I found it by pure chance. I don't know how people are expected to find these damn things. But then again, people find shit like the, Christ almighty. People find shit like, the secrets in Castlevania or Mega Man all the time, so, you know, people finding them isn't exactly outside of the realm of possibility. It's just, in this game, it's a lot harder than it seems, because the areas they put it aren't particularly obvious, so they're actually really kind of hard to find. But the basic idea is, they give you more, slots to upgrade. So, like, as I said, the one I found was speed, and it's given me a little bit of extra speed. Another extra speed upgrade slot. God damn it. That'll happen eventually, and that'll happen a lot, because now that we've respawned, except for the fact that I've still got my comet shot, which is a little weird, because you start out with the line shot, but you keep the comet shot if you actually activate it the first time. It's a little odd. I'm not entirely sure why that's a thing, but anyway. You lose all your pickups, and you have to go and get them all again, which sucks, because the way this game works is you start out with basically nothing in the way of being able to pick up these little things to upgrade your stuff with. And it's actually an outside of the level power-up that determines how much you can get. And it's actually really frustrating, because you start out basically being able to get none, and you're lucky to have more than one upgrade by the time the boss comes around. I basically have to take the hit there, I didn't have a choice. So you end up just having to play through a level that you know you can get to the end to rather successfully, and just grind. Grind and fuck me sideways. I'll get onto that. You just have to grind and hope for the love of God that you can get enough things before you get absolutely bored of this game in order to actually in order to actually play the game more effectively, which kind of sucks. You do have special weapons, since I have beaten two of the... There we go. Since I have actually, beaten two of the bosses, I have two of these. One is apparently the Des Missile, or the Dies Missile, or something like that. Very short range, so I can't actually use it to attack this one, but I can use these to attack. These will shield me from bullets, but I can send them out as well, so yeah. Unfortunately, I can't actually swap shots with them equipped, which kind of sucks. The annoying thing about using special weapons in this game is that they also use your upgrades up, so you can't work your way towards a better comet shot and use your special weapon at the same time. So I've just been sticking with upgrading my shot, because my shot and my abilities are more important than my special weapons, because my special weapons are finite and my shot is not. So it just feels kind of frustrating. As I said before, every boss is affected by a different weapon. It's like a special crit attack on them. So it's kind of frustrating, because you basically just have to go through and... Shit, I hate those things. You have to go through and find out which ones are weak to which by trial and error. And that's one of the things I don't like about the old Mega Man games. Just the fact that you have to figure out just by trial and error which one is the most effective. Thankfully in this game you have infinite continues, so you can do it as much as you damn well please, but you have to go back to the start of every stage when you run out of lives. So there's no going back to the boss straight away, and it kind of sucks, really. There are a couple of other annoying things about this game design as well, which add to the difficulty in some really unfair ways. Like, for example, some jumps are really, really fucking hard to hit. Like, if you are working on the base speed level, you and a bunch of the jumps in the game will be very, very hard to hit. without falling into the pit. You'll basically have to get right on the edge and jump while you're constantly moving to the right. Time that jump just half a second too early or too late, and you won't make it over the jump. It's that simple. Sure, you can avoid this by putting on a speed upgrade or two, and this does actually help, but it's still really frustrating just because of how tight the jumps can get, and the fact that you're going to want to be saving up your attack power for more powerful shots or the ability to float through your jump or something like that, right? It gets worse though. There is at least one jump in this game that you need not maximum speed, a speed upgrade to get over, and you won't know until you've tried it. There's a bunch of stuff in this game. I just skipped by all that dialogue just by pure habit, sorry, but the voice acting in this game isn't particularly great. There's nothing that stands out. But anyway, here we go. So as I was saying about the jumps though, shit, I hate these tornadoes. But as I was saying about the jumps, they really are unfair. And you do have to deal with a bunch of them throughout the game, including one that you literally need to have a speed upgrade in order to hit successfully. It sucks. It really sucks. And I don't know what the deal is with them. There is another problem with this game's difficulty as well. Like, as you can see, I just managed to block, but I was inching forward. I don't know how I managed to pull it off, but I managed to block the shot without even trying. I didn't even know you could block that. There's some stuff in this game that I'm positive that you just can't block. Right, so I basically just have to keep walking once she starts a tornado attack. That kind of sucks. You can hold the square button to fire out shots, but it's not as fast as firing out. It's not as fast as hammering the square button, which is the most frustrating thing in the world. I remember Silver Surfer doing something like... No, Silver Surfer didn't even let you hold it. But yeah, see, I managed to block the shot there, and I don't know how I did it, just because the timing is so annoying. But, anyway. The other thing I wanted to bring mention to was the game's sense of difficulty. In that... Now, some of the stages scroll up and down, and if you have an enemy that's going to attack you, or at least has a chance of attacking you from off-screen, the game will warn you, more or less. You'll see a big flashing danger sign. What? What the hell am I supposed to do about that? Jesus! You know what, fuck it, I might as well try the Diaz Array missile, or whatever the bloody hell it's called. Except I died, so there's no bloody point in that. How the hell am I supposed to avoid that bloody typhoon thing in the corner? I have no idea. But yeah, as I was saying, so some things will, Christ almighty. Some things will get warned if they're coming at you from above or below. This is fine. However, the game's camera is such a massive pain in the ass that enemies that are ahead of you can get off attacks on you, and you won't know until you see the attack. And most of the attacks in this game move so fast that you won't see the attack until you're bloody getting hurt by it. Obviously, this isn't the weapon she's weak to, because god damn it. I'm about to run out of lives, and once I have, I'll go to a different stage. So, when you've got enemies that are coming at you from off stage to the right or the left, and there's a couple of enemies that move so goddamn fast, you won't know they're coming until you've died to them at least once. Once you've dealt with them once, it's alright, but the first time you deal with them, it's stupid unfair. I don't know what the deal is and why they insist on having that as a thing. You can upgrade your special weapons and stuff here via the bloody tray or whatever the bloody hell you call it, that you get through the stage. I'm gonna upgrade my main shot, just because why the hell not? Now let's try a stage that I've beaten. Okay, I can actually beat it again. You can play stages again for higher times and trophies and stuff like that. So if there's an enemy off screen that's about to attack you, like those fucking crabs in the stage that we played previously, you you can get attacked by them and you won't even know they're there until you've been hit. And it's almost horrendously unfair, because it makes the majority of stages in this game, I've played all the stages and the majority of them feel like this. It makes the majority of the stages feel like you have to go through them at least once in order to see them. Some of the enemies that you come across don't even give you what, like, let's compare this game to Mega Man again, because that's basically what it is. In Mega Man, whenever you came across a new enemy, for the most part, as far as I can remember, I honestly haven't played that much Mega Man, but almost every enemy I remember does this. For almost every enemy that you come across in the game, you'll get a warning, more or less, that not only that they're there, but you'll get to see them out in the open by themselves in a situation where you can't get hurt by them. And this makes the game so much fairer than it would be otherwise, just because you get to see what that enemy would do. There are some situations in this game where you don't even get that. And it's crap. It's absolutely crap. Oh, god damn it. How did I not make it past that? So basically the game just boils down to playing the game, obviously, getting enough things to get the tray stuff, and once you've gotten enough tray collection enhancing stuff, that's when you can really start to play the game. That's when you can really actually do it. You just have to spend the first hour getting as much tray as possible before you can actually start, you know, actually playing the damn game. The bosses are possible. Most of the bosses are... What's the way to talk about them? See, now I have the wing upgrade, I can get past this, but if you didn't have the wing or the speed upgrade, you will not be able to get past this jump without taking a hit. It's frustrating as hell. But yeah, basically, you just gotta get all the tray collection upgrades, and then you can start fighting the bosses. The bosses themselves are really annoying, and your collision mask is just a tiny bit too wide for some of them, so some attacks will hit you when you can absolutely swear that they really shouldn't. But for the most part, the bosses are fine, if a bit generic. The entire game is a bit generic. The art isn't particularly great. Some of the enemies are actually kind of neat. Like, on the snow stage, you'll come across these really buff snowmen that look amazing. But other than that, there's not that much, like, really special going for this game in general. In its graphical fidelity or its soundtrack or sound effects. Notably, you'll hear a shot, you'll hear like a loud grunt style shot every time they fire off a shot, and it gets really annoying hearing that in the background constantly. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire story behind this game, The Legend of Dark Witch. I find it really frustratingly designed, and what's there to make up for the frustrating design doesn't really make up for the frustrating design. It just makes the game a pain to play, more or less. I like the idea of the upgrade system, and I think that if they design the stages more around this idea, so that depending on the upgrades you pick every level, you can go into different parts of the stage, that would be great. But most of the side routes that depend on you having the different power-ups just give you some enemies to shoot. It really isn't that impressive or anything. It doesn't give you much to work with. There might be like some of those, oh bloody hell. There might be some of those like hidden gem things down there that might give you an upgrade, but yeah. The game feels too upgrade heavy as it is, considering that you need the speed to effectively make some jumps without making them stupidly hard on yourself. It feels like it's too much balanced around the fact that you need the upgrades already, so whatever.
私はあなたに聞きたいことがあってここまで来たの。今この国で起こっている大事件のこと、あなたなら知ってるでしょ？シェガーの消失事件かしら。そう、それ。あなたがシェガーに詳しいって聞いたもんでね。詳しいって言っても、つまり事件については知らないと。そうでもないけど、でも出会ったばかりの人においそれとは話せないかな。だったら力ずくで聞くまで。随分と悪い人。でも 動けない図書館だと思わない方がいいわよ。
There was a little sample of the voice acting for you. As I said previously, nothing special.
図書館では静かにしないとダメだよ。
Might as well talk about the game's price now. It's $10. $10 for this feels like a little bit much to me, honestly. Like, for example, I mean, I reckon there's $5 it would be fine, but $10 just feels like a little bit much for this, honestly. See, I basically know this boss off by heart because I have to dodge these missiles a fucking lot. And they're really hard to dodge because, as I said, your collision box is just a little too wide for them, so... yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but $10, considering that these 6 stages are all that you get, and the game basically relies on its replayability. I didn't mean to go into that again. But yeah, $10 just feels like a little bit too much. 5 would have been great, but this is $10. Now, if you were to go into the PlayStation Store and look in the PlayStation 1 section, you can get Mega Man 1, 2, 3, and 4 for $5.99 each. And they're better designed, and they're more satisfying than playing this. So charging $10 for this just feels a bit over the top, in my personal opinion. I really do think they should have done it for $5 instead. That just feels like what this game should be in price to me. Especially considering that unless you are a really big stickler for time attacking and getting trophies, notably there isn't a single easy trophy in this game, which is actually kind of neat. But yeah, it's I don't think that it I don't think it's worth it. I don't think so anyway. Unless you're an absolute masochist who loves to punish yourself, The Legend of Dark Witch probably isn't for you. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. That's a good way to end the video. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.